crazy finish. How do you feel?
Well, sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield, and tonight we ended up the windshield, but clearly thoughts out with Wiedemann, who misses a shot with 30 seconds to go. That's the nature of the game. It's so even and so close, and unfortunately, he misses a shot and we get a win. But from our viewpoint, we're obviously elated. I think we didn't play our best footy by any stretch, and I felt we just hung in there really well, and really proud of the guys and the effort they put up to give themselves a chance to grab it at the end.
Looking at like a potentially 3-game losing streak, you lose Sloaney in the second quarter. What does a win like that do for maybe some belief in the group? Yeah,
it doesn't hurt, there's no doubt. As I said, I think we played our best tonight, but there was some guys who played some really good roles for us, I thought, and as I say, we just hung in there. Melbourne came out and really went hard early, and they were able to score pretty freely, especially out their back half, and that was a concern to us. Not that longer the game went, we were able to stop some of that, but when you win by 2 points, as I say, sometimes you just end up in front when the siren goes.
The big question during the week was about selection with two guys in particular, Bryce and Josh. How could you pick them without seeing them play last weekend? Did you think that decision now has vindicated the way that they both performed?
I was happy with how they both played. I mean, I didn't have any real fear that they weren't capable of performing that way. We know with both those guys that at their best they're in our best 22, and I was really happy for them both, and I thought they had an impact on the game at some crucial times and did some really good things. So it's a good sign for us.
Josh sort of kick-started that turnaround in the last quarter just by, if he wasn't kicking the goal, keeping it alive.
He worked really hard. And he worked really hard. It was probably a somewhat difficult night for our forwards. We didn't create a lot of opportunities, and we certainly didn't keep it in our front half as regular as we have been. But when he had his chances, and he took them, and he competed hard ahead of the ball.
And you told Gibbs to run with Oliver in the second half. Was that the plan?
Yeah. So we lost Sloaney, and we probably felt like Oliver was doing a fair bit of damage in that first half, and Gibber went on to him and was able to really nullify his influence, which is great. Some of the things we've been talking to Bryce about, for him to be able to do that is a real feather in his cap.
And Don, 16 points down at the last change. Did you sense that Melbourne were a bit weary, the leg weary?
I'm not sure we sensed it, but we thought we were creating some opportunities. We probably didn't take all of those, and we probably ripped a couple up, and we just felt if we just kept coming, the game, as we saw last week in our game, the game's changed really quickly, and it only takes a couple of goals, and before you know it, within a goal. And I think our players, once they got to within a goal with about 6 or 7 minutes to go, they probably felt like this is up for grabs, and to their credit, they stepped up, and as I say, we found a way.
Did something change from half-time to the second half, Don? I mean, did you think that the players switch on, or were they always sort of trying in the momentum?
I think they're always trying early. I just thought we didn't defend the game very well early. They were able to score far too easily on us, which just put a lot of pressure on our backs. I thought contest work around the clearance improved. I thought after half time, and I thought O'Brien had a really good battle with Gawn. I mean, Gawn generated a fair bit of ball for them and took some really strong marks. But I thought from a hit out viewpoint, we were able to nullify his influence there, and also win some clearances, which were important because it gives us some field position. So there wasn't really anything majorly changed at half time. We did a couple of things structurally we thought were going to give us an advantage given the way they were playing, and the players, to their credit, they went out and they got the job done.
I've noticed Eddie Betts is a bit of a crowd favourite in Alice Springs and here, and he was certainly involved in you guys getting back to it in the last quarter.
Yeah, I thought he was important late, to be honest. I thought some of his touches late, obviously set up the last one that hit Brad Crouch. It was the goal that put us in front, but even just some of his pressure and some of his contest stuff forward to centre in that last probably 10 minutes of game time, I thought were pretty crucial. And that's what you want. Ideally, those games are won when your leading players, your best players, your leadership players, they stand up and they have an influence. And I thought, to our guys' credit, with Sloaney out, a few guys really stood up and were able to get us over the line.
And Don, Rory Sloan, his hamstring, how bad's that one?
Yeah, we'll get that scan during the week. It looks like a fairly low grade one, but again, he wasn't able to come back on, which probably puts him in some doubt for next week. But we'll get it scanned and we'll let you guys know exactly what the status is once we've done that.
Is it sort of an important win in the context of the season? A relief without wanting to ask something obvious.
Yeah, look, it's they're all important wins. There's no easy games, no easy wins, and we dropped 2 close games in the last 2 weeks. We obviously lose by a point, and last week we were pretty much dead level with 4 minutes to go and walk away with a loss there. So it's nice to be on the right side of the ledger, but the challenges keep coming because we face a red hot GWS back at home next Saturday. So We know the spot we're in. We need to keep winning to keep our spot on the ladder or keep moving up. So we'll recover and get ready to go again next week.
And Tex, I mean, there's been a fair few negatives around about him here.
Yeah.
How'd you like his game?
Well, I thought he probably at half time he was probably wasn't quite having the influence he wanted. And I thought he had some pivotal moments in the second half. He competed really hard here. The ball took a couple of good catches and kicked a crucial goal for us in that third quarter. So I was happy with his game. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John.